Hey, hi everybody. How you doing? George here, GBR Trains. Glad to have you with us today. We're here in the train room. I'm not running any trains right now, only because the fact that the entire system has been revamped from one end to the other. And I'll get more into that later on when I start doing some videos of the new layout itself. New track plans and everything. But I am here today to talk about some acquisitions that the Danbury Railway Museum has acquired. And they were delivered here, I believe, more like toward the end of the fall, first part of winter of last year. And they've kind of been in the rail yard, just sitting there, waiting for the warmer weather to come around so they can start working on them. And I'll show you a picture in just a few moments of those two units that that have come in. And you're right. One was built, matter of fact, the one was built back in 1926, and that was the T-motor electric locomotive, of which only 36 were manufactured. And the other happens to be a prototype of today's electric trains. But the purpose of these trains, I'll explain in a minute, but here's a picture of the two units that are sitting at the Danbury Railway Museum right now. See, the S1 was actually created back in 1904, and that was like 2 years after a terrific accident had occurred involving a Danbury train going into New York City. And on the morning of 1902, one of the mornings back then, a commuter train had pulled by steam. In those days, it was all steam. It left Danbury and it was stopped in New York, I believe around, I think they said Park Avenue, and which is down in the city itself. And because of all the smoke and the low visibility, another train which had been coming down the line from New York itself crashed into the back of the Danbury train, and it kind of ran up into each other, and there were 12 deaths involved into that. So that's what created the effect from that accident 2 years later to these new electric trains. And so it adopted no more steam engines that would plug up the system down there so visibility could be held. And the two trains that are here at Danbury right now, that's been about 11-year process of them trying to get those trains into Danbury and acquiring them themselves. And they were located in upstate New York in Glenmont, New York. And I guess they said it's more of an island or something where they had these stored. And over a period of time, people had gone in and taken out copper and other things that were involved. So that it's going to take a while for them now to reconstruct all of those trains. Because as you see, they are sitting on like flat cars at the yard itself. So that the museum personnel will be doing all of the work. And by the way, they're always looking for members down there at the Danbury Railway Museum to help out as much as they can. And if you know anything about electric trains or want to get involved, I'm going to put a link down below to the Danbury Railway Museum, and that way there you can get the information on how to contact them and let them know you'd be interested in helping getting these back online sometime in the future. And of course, being vandalized, they had to kind of secure them before they were able to be moved. They used plywood and metal to secure the units themselves. And the first thing they plan on doing is the spring is painting the outsides of them so they look a little more presentable. And that way then start working on the insides. And one of the things that I understand from reading the article in the News Times is that the train was in a movie. That's right. In the movie back in 1980, and it was called The House on Carroll Street. And from there, they were moved up to the New York location, and then that's where they were vandalized. But they're here in Danbury now, and they're getting ready to be refurbished and so everybody can go down and see them. Actually, you can see them if you park at the Danbury Railway Station, the station that goes between Danbury and Norwalk, the current active station, and they're right across the Still River, right there in the rail yard. That's how I was able to get these pictures. And at the end here, I'll just run a quick video of me shooting the two vehicles together. But anyway, I just want to let you know that Danbury has 2 new units to work on and some history behind them both. And the article did appear in the Danbury News Times, and that's where I got some of my information from as well. So I want to thank you all for stopping by, and it won't be too long because I'll start working getting this whole system back together again, and show you how I've modified things and made things just a little bit better. And if you do notice, I now have a rail yard that I can park equipment on. So anyway, I want to thank you all for stopping by. Have yourselves a great day, and remember, like, subscribe. It helps with the algorithms, and we hope to see you real soon. And keep right on railroading.